Hello again, I'm Lee Benson. I'm reading chapters from my novel No Naked Walls. The painting on the front, by the way, is by a fantastic artist called Glenn Badham. He really is superb and an amazing dancer. Just giving him a plug there. This chapter is chapter 32, called Payne's Grey. Payne's Grey is a very useful and very dangerous colour. Just the smallest amount does wonders, but use it to excess and the blackness in it is damning and ruins everything. Mrs. Topping is on the phone. She's wailing and shouting out nearly simultaneously. We're a gallery, not a domestic abuse helpline. From what I gather between the sobs and tirades, Mr. Topping has been a naughty boy. How naughty, it's not for me to say, but apparently the nude painting over the bed is causing a lot of stress in Mrs. Topping's life. He's always staring at her. I originally bought it for you thinking that he'd love it, but that bitch has taken over our lives. He's obsessed with her. I tried to calm her down, saying, it's only a painting. Apparently that's entirely the wrong thing to say. No, it's not, she wails. I've met her. He's bloody well having an affair with her. How can anyone have an affair with a painting? I managed not to say that to her, though. He's decided to take up life drawing. There she was in his class. That bitch is over our head at the moment, and he's shagging her senseless. There's a momentary silence, and then an enormous crash of glass, followed by further wailing. Hello? Hello? Mrs. Topping? Are you all right? The phone is picked again, and she says, I've done it. I've smashed that little whore to pieces. I'm so sorry for the trouble. I've just had to speak to someone. Are you okay? I hope I sound as concerned as I feel I should. I've broken that painting. Do you think it could be repaired? Apparently, the truth is she's drunk as a skunk and as jealous as hell of a mere painting. As I say, it's not my role to judge anyone, and I like to think that I show genuine concern for the people I meet in my business capacity. Mrs. Topping is crying down the phone, and no man likes to hear a woman cry. It upsets us beyond belief. Why don't you come in and have a nice glass of something special next time you're in town? Oh yes, thank you. Good idea. We'll come in later. I didn't mean today. Oh God. Do you mean with Mr. Topping? Me and Mr. Topping's credit card and my bestie Lucy. Her mood has changed completely. He thinks it's time to batten down the hatches and prepare for war. I mean, I'm an old-fashioned romantic at heart, and I like the world to be nice and peaceful. It's a Libran trait, you see. I'm not into violence and disharmony, and the Topping conversation has generally upset my psyche. You all right, boss? Belinda inquires. Well, actually, I'm a bit shook up with Mrs. Topping's drunken battle cries and woes down the phone. She's bloody jealous of a painting. Belinda heads off to the kitchen, returning with a glass of red wine she knows I desperately need. Ah, bright girl, our Belinda. I drink it down in one. I'll never figure out the female race. You're not supposed to, Belinda chuckles. Let me handle her when she arrives. Oh, with pleasure, I say. We spend the next hour sorting the catalogue for Bruce's show. What do you think we should call it, I ask. Willie's on Parade. And we both break into peals of laughter. No, seriously, I say. We eventually settle on the title, after hard-heartedly exploring hard and soft, it's all in the dangle, and best of all, let me paint your... The title of the show is to be called Trust. Belinda assembles the images. She's good on the computer, unlike myself who hasn't the foggiest idea which buttons to press. Time flies, and Mrs. Topping and Lucy walk in, dressed to kill, literally. Good afternoon, ladies. You look like you're on a mission. Mrs. Topping is dressed in a smart, dark grey suit with the tightest three-quarter length trousers and high heels. Payne's grey at its best. Lucy is in rather too tight a blouse and blue flared culottes. She's tittering on a pair of severely dangerous high heels. I'm so sorry about before. It was most unprofessional of me. Well, as long as you're all right, Mrs. Topping, I say. Call me Tina. I've told you before. There's a smile cracking her well-made-up face. Belinda takes control, producing a bottle of fizz just in time. Oh, thank you, my dear. I want something different above my bed. There's room for something special there now. Belinda offers Tina a chair beside the computer screen and shows us some of Bruce's paintings. The girl's got a wicked sense of humour, and before long Tina Topping finds one she loves. That'll show him. Just look at those thighs. Makes me want him now, she says in an undertone. Well, I suppose if Mr. T turns out to be bisexual, he might well like it too. Keep stum on that thought. I want it. When can I have it? Well, the work arrives next Tuesday for the exhibition opening on Thursday. Well, it's mine. Can I have it delivered on Friday? Belinda writes the order and, bless her, asks for the credit card. How much shall I put through? Oh, all of it, says Mrs. Topping. How much is it? Belinda looks at me helplessly. It'll be up at 10.5, but for you, Tina, we'll say 9,000. Perfect, she says. And I want that beautiful glass piece on the table too. It's a rainbow, and I feel like I found the crock of gold. My grandfather was Irish, you know. Drank himself to death on pochine. The Irish have a lot to answer for then. Distilled potatoes is only good for arthritis, well, my uncles used to say. How about another glass of bubbly? I'm happy to play barman this time. Lucy picks up a glass bowl and holds it up to the light. Oh, you don't mind if I touch it? Not at all. Oh, I just love the way the light bursts through the cuts. They're superb. This would look so good on my dining room table. Before I can say anything, Tina says, add it to the bill. Don't be silly, Tina. I couldn't possibly. Oh, yes, she can. Neither Belinda nor I say a word. We let the two ladies fight it out. Luckily for us, it takes mere seconds to reach a blissful conclusion, and the piece is added to the bill. Tina places a hand on my shoulder and gives her the squeeze. Will you come and deliver my paintings for me? It'll be my pleasure, I assure her. The two ladies leave in a far more jovial mood than they arrived in. What's that expression? Retail therapy. Well, that's one Willie down. 19 more to go, says Belinda in a jubilant mood. Well done, girl, I say. That really is a great way to start a show, and the work hasn't even arrived yet. It does next day in 2 huge crates deposited outside the front door just as I arrive to open up. The crates contain enough wooden boards to make a garden shed, I reckon. And armed with my trusty electric screwdriver, I unscrew at least 200 brass screws. Slowly but surely, the containers release their goodies. Bruce has packed the paintings magnificently, with each canvas wrapped first in shrink-wrap film and then in bubble wrap. They take forever to unwrap, but eventually the contents lay spread out along the gallery, leaning against my skirting boards. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is going to be a very different exhibition to anything else I've ever shown before. And showing is definitely the word for a room with 20 naked men, even, in fact, each picture is of the same man. By the time Charlie and Belinda arrive for work, I've managed to hang half the show. No comments, please, ladies. It's far too early. Charlie seems generally fascinated, while Belinda looks somewhat ambivalent. The whole show is hung within the hour of opening up, apart from a spot of tidying up here and there. A few sculptures to dot around, and the gallery will be ready. All we need now is a lot of luck. A lot of red dots placed on paintings, and a damn good opening night. I've been very selective with my invitations this time, as our sponsors have already asked quite a few of their clients and acquaintances. Thursday, and Bruce walks in at midday. I wait for his comments on my hanging. I think they read rather well, he nods in approval. First hurdle over. Now we wait for the opening bash. There's always a sense of panic to any show we put on. I mean, you just never know who's going to turn up, in spite of the RSVPs, so catering, liquid refreshments, or a guessing game. At least this time the champagne's arriving by the boxload, and Bruce's wine merchant and part-time model has donated 40 bottles of Alicote from his own vineyard. Freddie Mark II arrives in a fluster. I have the stickers for the bubbly. We need to stick them all over the labels as the wine merchants have slipped up. You don't mind doing it, do you? I'm so busy. See you later. Bye. He spins and dashes out the door. That's all we need now. 50 bottles to be relabelled. Rock and roll. The wheels begin to turn, the caterers arrive and set up, and I have to ask them to move as they're taking up too much space on the floor. The caterers argue. We need 4 trestles. The owner of the gallery is adamant. You can't have them. 2's the max. This isn't a bloody garden, Fate. I'm feeling the pressure, obviously. Belinda and Charlie disappear to get ready, leaving Bruce and I to cope before any further storm hits. Good luck with my show. I wouldn't trust anyone else to put this one on. Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence, I reply, sitting down for the first time all day. There's a knock on the front door, and I look up to see a tall, bearded chap wearing a red sequined ball gown blocking the entrance. What time's kick-off, sweetie? It's 7, I say, unfazed. Oh, bagger, we're early. I think he's expecting me to let him stay, but my tradition is to allow no one in till just before the event starts. I'm very sorry. We have to close it for a while to finalise everything, but we look forward to seeing you again soon. I lock the door and switch off half the lighting. Big Beard doesn't seem to object, luckily, and strolls off with his little friend, who's in a shocking purple suit, arm in arm. Bruce changes his attire in the kitchen. He re-enters wearing a golden silk Indian-style jacket and black satin trousers. I think we need Oscar Wilde to complete the scene. Freddie Mark II and his partner Derek arrive in matching pale blue suits, brightly coloured shirts and cravats. I'm keeping it simple, like Johnny Cash, sporting a black suit, black shirt and black dress shoes. Belinda walks in wearing a full-length dress with just a hint of cleavage showing and the red scarf that matches her lipstick. Charlie is in a loud mode, but something inside me says she won't be as loud as some of the guests. She has on a bright yellow jacket, white blouse and matching yellow skirt, longer than normal, but still above her knees, finished off with very high golden heels. Bring it on. The gallery team are dressed to impress. The guests start to arrive, and it's more akin to a Hollywood red carpet event. I've never seen so much sparkle, especially on the men. Suffice it is to say that the artwork is competing with the guests for attention. For once, I don't know most of the guests, so it's a bit like being at a distant friend's wedding. However, there's one fundamental difference, because this wedding is all about selling Bruce's male nudes to overdressed men in OTT makeup and, in several cases, ball gowns. There are some women too, mostly with the obligatory short spiky hair. The photographer is beside himself, trying not to focus on anything too risque as his newspaper is read by everyday folk. Where's the sun or the mirror when you want them? Champagne flows and the noise levels rise with laughter, coarse and hilarious. Nobody seems to recognise Antoine, then the subject of Bruce's paintings, when he arrives in a very smart woolen jacket, pink striped shirt and black slacks with loafers. Looks dead normal. It's because he's dressed. I think that's best for the crowd. Within minutes the place is packed, the canopies are consumed and the bottles are emptying at a record rate. Belinda bumps into me. It's madness. It's total chaos. How am I supposed to sell anything? Stay calm. Just wait till Bruce says a few words. I try to sound convincing. Freddie Mark II takes the microphone. Shut up, you lot. I can't hear myself think. The place goes silent. Let me hand you over to my partner, Derek, Audrey. So that's his surname, Audrey. I didn't know it till this moment. Derek now takes centre stage to deliver a short but blue comedy routine to rapturous applause, before declaring the show open and introducing Bruce as the star of the show. More cheers, and then Bruce is standing there in total silence in front of everyone. He takes a gentle cough. Trust is something we all need in our lives. I paint to survive, and I survive by painting. My relationship with wine, I trust to my dear friend and my own taste buds. My trust in art is with this gallery, and I trust you to enjoy what is displayed and acquire some. Right now, I trust it's to your taste, and they humbly thank you for all coming here tonight. There's a huge cheer and a rapturous applause. The man, in fairly reserved dress code, taps my arm. I want this one. It so reminds me of you, love. He means the chap beside him in the blue dress with long satin gloves, not me. Red dot number 2. To my considerable pleasure, several more paintings are snapped up in the flurry of red dots. The champagne is certainly flowing. Charlie looks frustrated at being unable to find a man to pounce on, and Belinda's chatting to 2 women who look like they're both hitting on her. Still, she manages to place a red dot on one of the smaller paintings for them. That's my girl. 11:15 p.m. and all the champagne is gone. Mr. Audrey strolls over. What a lovely evening, darling. We've so enjoyed our little soiree. We're going to move down to the club for the after party. You simply must come. Bruce and Antoine are coming. Bring the girls too. What can I say? What a great idea. Not. We'd love to. I'll just check if Belinda and Charlie can make it. No points for guessing their answer. Yay, says Charlie. Party time. Count me in, says Belinda. The crowd disperses rather quickly, allured by the pull of more booze down the road, and Bruce is sitting sipping a large glass of wine and looking a touch perplexed. What's up, matey? I was thinking maybe I shouldn't have sold these so quickly. I'm never going to revisit this series again. Oh, God, there's no pleasing some folk. I want to throttle him. It's been the most delicate and difficult exhibition to mount, which, in case he hasn't noticed, has been a magnificent success. There are only 4 paintings left unsold, and it's not even day 1 proper over yet. Let's go join the party, I say. I'm sure you'll feel better soon. Oh, I suppose so. Antoine's enjoyed the evening. We lock up, leaving the battleground mess behind, and hail a taxi. I have to admit to bailing out of the ensuing party at about 2 in the morning, leaving them all to it. Bruce is dancing away. Charlie has a crowd around her, and Belinda's still being chatted up by the same 2 women. Only Antoine is nowhere to be seen. As I'm leaving, a silver-haired gent eyes me up. Are you with your wife? I'm not married. Well, who's that then? He says, pointing at Bruce. Oh, he's the artist. We've just had an opening at my gallery. Oh, you're not a couple then? No, I could say I'm his dealer, but I don't like that terminology. Would you fancy lunch sometime this week? Heavens above, I'm being chatted up. Sorry. I hate to disappoint you. I bat for the other side. Well, don't knock it till you try it, dearie. Déjà vu? This is like the man in the party in London. What vibe am I putting out? Here's my card if ever you fancy, and here's mine if you ever fancy art at home. I walk out into the early hours of the morning and hail a cab. Taxi! I'm going home alone, thank God. That's the end of chapter 32. Available from Amazon, or from my author page on Amazon, or from andrewspark.com/Lee Benson, stroke whatever it is. And thank you for listening, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you again.